Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mori Crossing and today we're going to be making a forbidden forest. Well, the forbidden forest from Harry Potter, and I'm really excited about this build. Hello Lucky. Oh my goodness. You just gonna stay there? Well, anyway, this build turned out to be way longer than I thought it would be, so I'm going to split it into two parts, the lower level and the upper level. So let's get started. So first off, I decided that I wanted to make the entire of the ground the dark dirt color because I felt like it added more of a dark forbidden forest atmosphere. And I also decided I wanted it on several levels because I felt that because it's at the back of my map, I felt that it would be nice to have an extra layer. The way I usually terraform is I make sure it's not symmetrical and I like it to look kind of natural and as if it was there for, I don't know, hundreds of years? I don't know. If you don't want to see all the terraforming, you can skip to this time and I should be starting the decorating at this point. I totally get if it's not your jam to see all the terraforming. It does take a while on this build to get everything done, but I do skip a little bit of me filling in here. But this build just required a lot of decision making, which is what, well, I'm okay at it, but not the best. I knew I wanted to have some steps right at the front here, which you'll see later. And I knew I wanted it to feel overgrown and the trees to be close together and them to all be pine trees because I think pine trees are the most similar to what we see in the Forbidden Forest. So I'm just deciding where I want to put all the trees. I really wish that we could plant trees closer to the cliff because I always have issues with space. I think I've given myself enough space, but then it turns out trees take up way more space than I think. And I wanted a variety of different roan lengths. What's that called? Like some smaller ones and some bigger ones. If you guys don't know, the trick to doing that and keeping them like that is you grow them to the level of size you want them to be, and behind you plant either a little bamboo shoot or a little orange or a little, any of the fruits. So it has a little sprout behind it. That stops it from growing anymore. Really useful tip. And of course we've got to put Norbert back because he's there representing Hagrid's love of dragons, and also during the fourth book there are a bunch of dragons hidden in the Forbidden Forest. I'm really unsure whether or not I'm going to put a dragon above Gringotts in Diagon Alley. What do you guys think? Should I add one as a reference to the last book where they fly out on a dragon that was kept in Gringotts to defend the vaults? I really do take a long time deciding where these trees go. My goodness. But I mean, it is the Forbidden Forest, so trees are a pretty big part of that. Here's those steps I was talking about. Although the rest of the upper build I will make into a part 2, I thought I'd show the terraforming part and the decisions I made and then changed, just so that you can see my thought process and what things could have been. Because I always think it's interesting to see the iterations people go through before making the final decision. I really like the kind of leaf shape, like smoothing opposite sides and keeping two sides squared, as I did up with that tree. And I decided I wanted it at the edge here too. So I decide that this upper area isn't working for me. Even though I like the look of it, it's just taking up too much space. And I have a kind of revelation that I want to make the area in the third Harry Potter film where they meet Buckbeak for the first time. I'd like your advice as well, guys. Do you guys want to see me planting all the trees and my thought process behind that? Or would you prefer it if I completely skipped this step and just went from the decorating of everything else? Let me know in the comments down below. Your feedback is super, super helpful to me because I want to make the content you want to watch. So I decide to cut this back a bit so that I can make the Aragog area in the Forbidden Forest in this area. When you guys watched the Aragog scene for the first time, were you guys scared? Because my sister, she hates spiders to be fair, was absolutely terrified when she first watched that. We were kids. So again, that might be another explanation. But I never found him that scary in the movies. I wanted this wall to look quite run down, so I removed sections and added new bits. And as always, my pockets are full. So I had several ideas of what I was going to do for the spiders. So I got a bunch of tarantula models, but I also thought, what if I could use the giant crabs? Because they do look like spiders in a way. But the only reason I decided in the end not to go with them was because they looked like they would move too slow. They weren't like creepy crawly enough for me. They weren't scary enough. Intimidating enough, maybe is the right word. Unfortunately, the trees make it hard to see what I'm decorating right now. Oh dear. So of course I got a spider web custom design. I actually tried to do it myself, but I couldn't get the angles right. It just became a mush every time I tried. So I ended up using this design instead. I also really liked this skull because again I felt like it added a bit of kind of intense atmosphere. I also got some other bones too. And here you can see the king crabs. I like the way they moved. It made them feel very alive because they are alive, I guess. I was trying to get lots of the spiders at different heights, so I had some different chairs, different types of log stools or stone stools. A little fact about me, I actually really like tarantulas. I think they're really fluffy and cute. I mean, don't get me wrong, if a wild one was in my house in some way, I don't know how a tarantula would be in my house, but I wouldn't be the most pleased. But at the same time, pet ones are fine. They're super fragile anyway, and I've always had a fascination with spiders and other exotic animals. I just love all animals, to be honest. I'm totally Hagrid, aren't I? I technically should have a very similar accent to Hagrid because his accent is a West Country accent, which is where I'm originally from. I added this layer back here so that I could have some spiders, I guess almost dangling at a height. And also it blocks off the sea again, which I didn't really want visible from the Forbidden Forest, to be honest. I wanted to make this area as busy as possible on the ground because I knew that I couldn't put that many trees in front of it because otherwise you couldn't see it properly and you couldn't take pictures of it at all. I really like the atmosphere the custom designs on the back of those civil panels give this area as well. Makes it seem a lot darker. So I switched to nighttime again so that I could decide on the lighting, and I got a suggestion from Jimmy in the Discord about using these mushroom lights, the blue ones specifically, to make it nice and atmospheric, and I definitely think it does that. That and some blue hyacinth lamps I feel like really makes it in the end. By the way, if you want to join our Discord community where we do trading and we share our designs and ideas, I will link it down below. Feel free to join. I really like how the Nova lights, the hyacinth lamp, and the mush lamps like a very similar blue hue, white blue hue. It looks really nice and really helps create the kind of atmosphere I was going for here. And as you can see, I have a lot of custom designs on the ground again, because I just really wanted it to feel really full, and I just can't stop with the custom designs. I can't help myself. I really like things to look cluttered and interesting to me. I also really love how the snow looks on the pine trees. It just looks like some really cute icing or frosting. It's just so adorable. It's just the perfect kind of snow. Also, I wish the amber fossil lit up so that it was kind of like a lamp and it made like a really nice orange glow. That would be really awesome. I'm leaving the right hand side a little bit because that's going to be, behind is going to be a little Azkaban area, and to the right is going to be a World Cup area, the Quidditch World Cup area, where it's going to have a bunch of tents all along the beach and next to the trees. So that'll be a separate build. So just checking out our final designs, making some final touches, and for the lower half, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching this video. This is part 1. Look out for part 2. It'll be coming very soon. It's Buckbeak's area in the third film, and we've got lots of little bits and pieces in there. And it just really completes the area, and I'm really excited to show you guys. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Why not? I make a lot of Animal Crossing content, for example, speed builds, island tours, streams, we go on villager hunts together. It's just a lot of fun. I hope to see you in the next video.